So the San Francisco 49ers have made a trade. So I'm going to give you my overall thoughts on this trade. I'll say this. We're only giving up a mid-round draft pick, whether it's a 4th or 5th round. I think this kind of makes a lot of sense on this trade alone. There was discussions that he was probably going to be on the trading block, but the question is, where is he going to play at? So I think under the circumstances, to be fair, Bryce Huff didn't seem to fit into the Eagles' defense. They ran a 3-4 under Vic Fangio. You saw the difference of his production, right? And plus, he was dealing with an injury in the early part of the season. But under the circumstances, I think he'll get a fresh start in San Francisco. He will play with a familiar coach that he played with the Jets with. I mean, it couldn't be in a better situation. Robert Saleh is bringing in people that he's already worked with in the past. So he's trying to rebuild this defense and try to build in an all gas, no brakes. You want to get a nice piece of rotation because Nick Bosa, you got Mikael Williams. I mean, you got nice quality depth guys. You got Yotomas Gratos, man. So, and then now you're getting Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff is another piece. I think the way it's building up to be, a lot of people were questioning this offseason, like why we weren't making so much moves. Now things are starting to click in a little bit now. We're starting to rebuild our defense. We're starting to build our defensive line. We are starting to build it the way we want to build it. And if we want to trust anybody running our defense, it's Robert Saleh. Like in 2023 under Robert Saleh's defense, Bryce Huff had one of his best seasons, and this was a 4-3 defense. So this is going to be a good move under the circumstances. It's a win-win for both sides because Philadelphia, they'll just eat a little bit of that cap space, which is $8 million, and we're only going to take $7 million. So this deal will get done after June 1st because that's where that deal gets done. So the Eagles and Bryce Huff are restructuring his contract, and that deal should be finalized by next week. So I think under the circumstances, the Niners need to get to the quarterback. So getting a guy like Bryce Huff, who's very familiar with Robert Saleh, is going to help a lot. Like, I think a lot of people have said he was very underrated with the Jets. And he broke out like in 2023 with the Jets, and that's what earned him a big contract. But if you want to say he was terrible with the Eagles, I guess you can say what you want to say, because under Fangio's defense, it just didn't seem like a fit. Like, you can tell the difference between a guy who fits in a scheme and doesn't fit into a scheme. So he's going to be able to rush the passer under a 4-3 defense. He's going to go in as a rotation. He's going to go in and produce pretty nice. He's going to play with a motor. He's going to play with something to prove now. The contract, we have the option to keep his remaining contract for the following season because he did sign a 3-year deal, $51 million last offseason with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now that we're only going to take $7 million in cap space, the following next year is optional. We can keep that contract or we can move on from him. So this is definitely pretty interesting. I'm intrigued how he's going to work with the Niners. I mean, he's already going to know our system. He's already going to come in with a fresh start, and he's going to come in with something to prove. So I like this move. Let me know what you guys think, man. I just think the trade helps the Niners defense because we've been lacking on getting a guy opposite of Nick Bosa, and we've been lacking some production. Because outside of Nick Bosa, you didn't have a lot of production on your defensive line. I mean, the guys that we let go, Leonard Floyd, he was all right, but he couldn't stop the run. And I think you're going to get a production good out of Bryce Huff. So, I like the move. We didn't give up a lot. We didn't give up a lot on the draft. And we sure as hell didn't have to pay up a big cap space on this guy. I think overall the Eagles did overpay this guy. But now they're like Howie Roseman is admitting the mistake. And he's trading them to the Niners just for a mid-round pick. And we're only going to take $7 million. So I can't complain about this trade. But I think overall, you're going to see a huge production on this defensive line. We're going to be able to generate pressure. We're going to be able to do the all gas, no brakes. And this defense is going back to form, man. I believe this defense is going to be a top 5 unit, man, with that production. And Robert Saleh, we trust, man. I hope this works out, man. I got a feeling it will.